What's going on, people? I am Swavor, and this is Opinionated Facts Media Group Podcast, where we talk about breaking news and current event analysis. But sometimes we talk about other things as well, as you guys will see today. I hope everyone's doing okay, as it's been like a lot of crazy weather. I'm joined by Journey to Be Great, Illuminated Lenses, and Coco Love, and I guess I'll go first today. So I came across this article, and the article was 20 interesting facts about love. And I got this information from boardpanda.com. And so I just want to give y'all three things that I found. It was a lot of stuff on there, but I had three that I thought was interesting. So did y'all know that cuddling releases natural painkillers?
No, I actually didn't.
I mean, I was thinking about that. Have y'all ever cuddled somebody and actually felt better? I guess if you're going through something with that person and then you cuddle, then maybe that would be what's considered to be a painkiller. But man, well, no, now that I think about it, if you had a bad day, sometimes I guess a cuddle could make you feel a little bit better. I mean, what y'all think?
Yeah, in that aspect, yeah.
Yeah, I'm always a fan of a good hug. Now, I ain't gonna lie now, a big, great hug can really make your day sometimes. Because sometimes your boy be going through it, you know?
I get that. It does make a lot of sense. I'm going to go to the next. So this was interesting, too. People typically choose people of the same attractiveness. Now, this is all stuff they said they did research on, or they got research from somewhere to back this stuff up. So I thought this was, like I said, super interesting. But they say people like that typically date, they choose people of the same attractiveness. Now, I don't know exactly how you I guess you rate yourself. Then you go out and find other people that you think is in the same range, I guess. But you know what I'm saying? But they're saying that people typically do that. And people who actually, I guess, do that typically have a longer lasting relationship because one person doesn't feel like they're, you know what I'm saying, too much better than the other. And they said also it could be social status as well. So maybe it's not the physical attraction, but like maybe you're like a B-list celebrity and I'm a B-list celebrity. So, you know, we kind of, you know, feel like we got some comparison right there. So we typically get along a little bit better because we understand where each other coming from. Did y'all know that?
I mean, I've seen that. I definitely get that.
Yeah, it's safe to assume, really, but yeah.
Same. I don't know. Sometimes, you know, you might want to shoot for the stars. You know, hit above your belt. Now, I can't say it's gonna always work for you, but I'd rather hit above than hit below. But I get what you're coming from.
Now they actually call that the matching hypothesis, which is interesting. So I'm gonna go into this last one though, you guys. So it says heartbreak is not just a metaphor, but research has shown that traumatizing events like a breakup, divorce, a loss or separation from a loved one can cause pain in the area of one's heart. So I mean, like it can really cause pain to you. And they call this the broken heart syndrome. Did y'all know that? Like you really could feel pain where your heart
Chest pains. Yeah. I know when I went through my breakup with my kid's father many, many years ago, although it worked out for the best. I remember like not being able to sleep, having like pains in my chest. I went through it. I went through it for a minute. So yeah, I'm not surprised at all to hear that.
And I've heard of people like, you know, I mean, I don't know exactly what they felt per se, but, you know, you hear about people passing away, unfortunately, after they've lost someone, like if they lost their wife or something like that. You'll hear about, you know, the husband, you know, in turn passing away like a few days later or so. So yeah.
I can't say I ever had the heart pain. I had a head pain from giving me a damn headache. But most of the time that came after the argument, and then you know what I'm saying, after that, and yeah. But no, I ain't never had no chest pain. I don't doubt it though, but I never had no chest pain.
No, I haven't really experienced that myself, but these are some very interesting facts. And if you guys want to check out the rest of it, it's pretty cool, you know, if you get a chance. Now, again, they said that they did the research on this, not trying to spread any propaganda or anything like that. It's just what I got from the article that I was reading. But what you got?
Okay, so it's not really so much a topic, but it's more of a question. Now, before I say this, I don't want anybody to feel offended or anything like that. It's not coming from a bad place. It's a legitimate question. So for those of you who know, I don't know how you wouldn't know, but the Queen of England passed on Thursday at the age of 96. And currently, all of us live in the United States of America. And I see a lot of people in this country, they're really upset, about her passing, and they're really sad and everything. And I want the panel to help me understand why it's a big deal for us. Now them, I get it. And again, I know obviously her family, it was a huge loss to them and everything like that. But why should I care? That's the best way I could put it.
Well, I honestly did not really understand what was going on because, I don't really hear the word queen. Like, I mean, hear queen a lot, but, that's another way that people are using it. But I think I was at work at the time and a guy was talking about something. No, I was at a nursing home. And when I was delivering at this nursing home, there was a guy that I ran into on the elevator, and he was like, the Queen died today. Did you know the Queen died? And I'm like, I thought something was wrong with him because I'm like, what are you talking about? The Queen? I'm like, who are you talking about? His mom or something like that? So yeah,
Queen Latifah.
I was like, what are you talking about? So it was weird. But yeah, I honestly myself have no connection to the Queen. Now I could be very ignorant about maybe some things she's done, but as far as like personal connections, yeah, it really didn't touch me like that. But condolences to her family though.
Well, me personally,
yeah, I heard about it.
Oh, go ahead.
Boy, foot on the gas.
Hey man, CC will clothesline you for this.
I thought maybe my mic wasn't working or something.
No, it ain't working fast enough, big fella.
But no, I heard about it at work as well, and and I saw like I guess kind of like the live reaction or whatever, but it wasn't. I haven't really personally witnessed anyone like upset about it. It's just more so like talking about it and stuff. Mostly I've seen these jokes though. These jokes have been flying on Twitter especially. So that's the extent. But again, it's not, I don't find it funny or anything, but condolences to her family as well.
Yeah, and I was just
oh, my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
My bad. But I was just gonna say, I had an alert come up on my phone, and I was like, of course, condolences to her family, but she was in her 90s, so I mean, she lived a very long life. But I did not know that people in America were like actually saddened and going through it about the passing of the Queen. I didn't. Like I said, for me, that's news to me. I didn't know, people in America were having such a hard time with it.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, is her son? I don't know how it works. Is her son the one that's taking over, gonna be the king now? Is that because they say he about 70. I just don't know if that's a good idea. Again, knock on wood. I ain't wishing death on anybody, but I'm just saying that he ain't got too much longer.
You know what? Leave the people alone. What you?
I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. Y'all go ahead.
What you got?
So, recently there's been a lot of talk about Tiffany Haddish and Aries about a skit that they did. And this skit was done back in 2014. There's a lawsuit being filed against them for grooming and molestation of these children that were in the skit. And I caught some of the skit off some, I can't remember the YouTuber that had it, but they covered the child's face. And it was very disturbing. Basically, Tiffany Haddish was like I think Ari Spears played the uncle, and Tiffany Haddish was like the niece, and she had him babysitting on different occasions. And just the way he was kind of looking at the little boy, and they had the R. Kelly music playing in the background just to add to it. Like I said, it was just very distasteful. And so now it's a lawsuit being filed against them. And recently, Corey Holcomb came out and spoke on the behalf of Tiffany Haddish, saying that, that she's not like that. She wouldn't touch any kids and blah, blah, blah. And it was just, for me, just kind of what I did catch the part that I did catch. I'm like, how is that even funny? Because it was intended to be a comedy sketch, but I absolutely did not find the humor in it. And as, comedians, I know a lot of times they push boundaries, but it just seemed like something of that nature shouldn't even been considered. So I don't know. It's just weird. And another thing that struck me is that this came out after Ari Spears insulted Lizzo. Maybe, I guess this happened like a couple of weeks ago. And, of course, he's, made fun of her looks, which Ari Spears he's not a Prince Charming himself. He's quite large as well. So for him to just sit and go in on Lizzo was quite crazy. But of course, Lizzo fans, they weren't having it. And then now we have this lawsuit. So I don't know. But what do y'all think about it?
Oh, that the timing was impeccable for this situation. It does seem as though like, karma in like real time. Because he really had, I understand, I think people, when he went on that interview or whatever he was doing when he talked about Lizzo, I think they asked him about his thoughts, but it's just interesting the audacity that he had to say those things about her when he's not healthy looking at all, nor attractive. So it was
Damn.
interesting. I mean, he's not. So, but whatever. But so that was interesting in itself, whatever. So then he got backlash from that, and then he just kept going back. He doubled down on what he was saying and everything. And so it was really interesting that this came out. I hadn't seen the skit, but I've been hearing about it all week. So it sounds very distasteful. I don't know how anyone, Tiffany Haddish included, could think that it was funny. So I don't know, man. Good luck to them, I guess, with their legal battles. But yeah, it was definitely done in poor taste.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a race.
We're gonna rock, paper, scissors. We're gonna rock, paper, scissors. I ain't lost about it.
Now you go ahead. You go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, to be fair on Tiffany Haddish's part, she's never actually been funny, so it probably was funny. I'm gonna keep it a whole, but I ain't never seen a joke or skit from her that I kiki. So but it's just crazy. It just shows you that you never really, you assume that enough about these celebrities that they would never do that, but they keep proving you wrong, man. They keep proving you wrong.
You know what? I like the way you put that. That is true, because sometimes we can have these unrealistic expectations of them too. They are still human. They still going to do things that maybe the regular average person would do. They just have a little bit more money, and we have to remind ourselves of that sometimes. But that is very unfortunate, and I really can't wait to see what happens from this. What do you have, Coco?
Well, changing gears a little bit, but today is 9/11, the day that we're recording on, and unfortunately, this is the day that we lost all of those people in those horrific events. Well, a restaurant in Stafford, Virginia, I'm sorry. They're receiving backlash because of a menu that they had where they were, I guess, trying to pay tribute. So the restaurant is called the Clubhouse Restaurant at Akia Harbor. And again, it's in Stafford, Virginia. And they had to pull their menu that had a 9/11 theme. So the menu is called the Patriot Day 2022 menu. And it came to light after restaurant goers started circulating screenshots and everything of the menu. And some of the items include, so just hold on now. Some of the items include the Flight 93 redirect, which is a crab dip, the Pentagon pie, and the 2977 chowder. And 2977 or 2,977 is the number of people who were killed in the tragic September 11 terrorist attacks. Okay. Also, it should be noted that this restaurant is only 39 miles away from the Pentagon. So very poor taste. So they have since removed the menu and replaced it with a football theme. I don't know why they can't just have a regular restaurant theme and throw them pancakes or whatever on there, but whatever. The manager of the restaurant, his name is George White, and he wrote an apology on a private Facebook group, just basically stating that, his intention was to bring awareness to the tragedy and to honor those that we lost, but, he did apologize. So I don't know why you can just say that, maybe give a little discount maybe to emergency workers or something like that for the day. So what are y'all's thoughts?
I feel they may have had good intention behind it, but just the way it was executed, it could have been done much better. So yeah, like you said, and I like what you suggested, like giving a discount to the, different rescue workers and stuff like that. Like that would have been awesome. Or, maybe a banner saying, prayers for lives lost in 9/11, something like that. But just, the jets and all that stuff on them. Yeah, I think he meant well, but it didn't really come across right.
Well, that food must be pretty trash. That's my first thought when when you told me that, because you got to keep having all these things, like you said, why you just can't have a normal name for your pancakes and eggs? So apparently, your food must be ass. But I could be wrong. Maybe it's busting and they just wanted to, give it that little extra spice. But I'm just saying.
That is pretty poor in taste for real. But at the same time, I would love to hear his side of the story. Like what Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was his initial thought process on, when he came up with these things that he wanted to put on the menu, or naming them anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I would love to hear his side of the story, and I didn't see anything about an apology on the Facebook group. What happened? So why he didn't make a public apology?
Embarrassed, probably. That would be my guess, at least. But yeah, it should have been a public apology, though, for sure, not just a private Facebook group, because no one else can see it. But yeah, he just said he was trying to bring attention. I mean, I don't know. I mean, everybody knows about 9/11. So I don't really see how you need to bring attention to it. Like, I mean, whatever happened to just a nice banner, we will never forget, like that's kind of like the saying behind it. And like I said, give a discount to emergency workers or whatever. I think that's what a lot of places do on 9/11, I think. Give them a discount or whatever on their food or whatever. I don't know, but I know it couldn't have been his intention, I don't think, to like poke at these people like that, past and stuff like that. But when you naming a dish after like the amount of people that died, it does seem like a jab.
Yeah, well, that's very unfortunate, and I can't wait to see what or how that thing unfolds for him. I'm sure he's going to be very unpopular for some time. Well, thank y'all so much for listening to us. Of course, we try not to keep you guys too long. And I want to make sure I say this for all of our listeners. Thank y'all. I can't thank y'all enough, but it's Opinionated Facts Media Group. There are other podcasts or whatever shows out there called Opinionated Facts or have some other kind of way of arranging the name, but we are Opinionated Facts Media Group with Coco Love, Illuminated Lenses, Journey to Be Great, and me, Swavor. So just make sure you guys are paying attention to that. We have a Facebook and we do have an Instagram, and you can go there and see what our logo looks like so you can know specifically who we are. But that's it for our show today. I hope that everyone has a great afternoon. And until next time, this is Opinionated Facts Media Group Podcast. Peace.